Good morning and welcome to One Yard Wednesday. I'm Colleen from GEDesigns. This is my favorite day of the week. It's our weekly show where we show you creative and fun ideas for fantastic fabrics at great prices in 1 yard lengths. I can't wait to show you what we have today. Before we get started on the projects and the fabrics, I want to take a little moment to remind you that the sale prices for these items won't go live until the show is over. We want everybody to be able to see the whole show. We don't want you to miss a thing, and everybody to have a fair shot at those sale prices. These fabrics haven't been lasting long, so sit back and enjoy the show. The first item I want to show you is the quilt behind me. This is Kimberly, and Kimberly I made from the Stash Builder bundle on the lake, which is the feature of our show this morning. I love Kimberly. I love the On the Lake fabric for Kimberly, and I had a lot of fun making this. A couple of things I wanted to point out are, this is just the perfect scale for Kimberly. So I get a lot of the images in these blocks. In this bundle, there's a lot of lights and darks, and I really love Kimberly because at the end, Gudrun has us square up these blocks so we know our blocks will be perfect every time. Kimberly was the first GEDesigns pattern I ever made, and not this version, but I really like it a lot. When I cut out Kimberly, I took Gudrun's advice and cut the 10-inch with the fabric strips for Kimberly, and then the remaining fabrics I cut into 2.5-inch strips. And then I know those strips are ready for me to use in something wonderful. So once Kimberly was finished, I had all these beautiful strips, and I thought I really want to try something else. So I tried strip joints and made a couple of pillows. Here are my strip joints pillows. And strip joints in this particular example uses 2.5-inch strips. And the pattern calls for you to use darks with a light contrast around the outside, and then lights with a dark contrast around the outside. I like making this block a lot, and I know I will make more. I want to also point out how great an opportunity this is to do a test block, because I know for myself, if I were to make these into a quilt, I would want to swipe out this pink. This pink is a little too dark for the light that I'm trying to achieve in the center. You might like it, and if you like it, I say go for it. But doing a test block allows me to really test my fabrics and see, do I like them? Are there any changes I would make? Are you excited to see the fabrics now that I've shown you how fun they are in projects? Here they are. The first fabric is On the Lake, Dip on a Sunny Day. This really makes me crave summer, jumping into the lake with the ducks and the geese and the frogs and the lily pads. What fun this would be. I just can't wait. Grab yourself a rowboat, row across the lake, and have some fun. The second fabric is On the Lake, Ripples Turquoise. So this is a nice complement to the Dip on a Sunny Day fabric. A little bit darker, but gives us that value change, makes all of this really interesting. I love the swirls on here as well as the waves. Really a lot of fun movement. The third fabric is Ripples Light Blue. Here's light blue. It reads as a light gray blue, so it's got the same blue in the waves as you see in turquoise, and then a little bit lighter blue, and then a little bit of off-white. So again, brings in some value changes for you. Then we have Frogs on Blue. This is probably the happiest print from this collection. These green frogs are jumping and sitting and floating and swimming and having so much fun. This one I love particularly because it's not directional, but I really do love them all. Finally, this is Ripples Blue, and Ripples Blue, it is the same print as you can see of the other ripples with that dark blue background. What a great collection of 5 this is. These are the 5 1 yards that are on our sale this week. We also have a Stash Builder bundle. Here's the Stash Builder Bundle. This is On the Lake Stash Builder Bundle. It's 15 pieces. So I'm going to move these around a little bit so that you can really see the prints. So here's 14, and then the 15th is the Dip on a Sunny Lake. Excuse me, the Dip on a Sunny Day. This is a 15-piece Stash Builder Bundle, so 7.5 yards. Gives you a lot of fabric and an opportunity to do a lot of interesting things. Aren't those fun fabrics? Fun to use, fun to look at, fun to think about summer. And I have one more thought about Kimberly that I wanted to share with you. While I was looking at the fabrics, it really reminded me that some of the fabrics in this collection are directional. And sometimes we shy away from using directional fabrics in our quilts because we're worried if they might look upside down or not be appealing. Well, look closely at Kimberly. I didn't intentionally shake this up, but I didn't intentionally see that they were all in one order either. So this jumbled look at all of these prints just make Kimberly fun to look at, and none of them look upside down. They just look like fun images, I think. So there is Kimberly. Let's look at the fabrics one more time, and also that beautiful Stash Builder Bundle and the patterns that we used for these projects. The first fabric is On the Lake Ripples Blue. How pretty. The fabric that is really maybe the silliest and most fun is On the Lake Frogs on Blue. Again, love those frogs. On the Lake Ripples Light Blue is the lightest of this 5-piece collection. Very pretty. On the Lake Ripples Turquoise. Love that too. And then the Swimmer and the Goose and the Dock and the Rowboat. This is On the Lake Dip on a Sunny Day. So these 5 really come together to make a great collection. Let's look at that Stash Builder Bundle one more time so you can get a look at all the fun fabrics that are in this collection. Again, this is a 15-piece Stash Builder Bundle, 7.5 yards at a really terrific price. There are 14 and then, of course, 15 using the Dip on the Lake. Doesn't she look like she's having fun? Let's take a look at the patterns we used today. The first pattern is Kimberly, my favorite. Kimberly is from Stripology Mixology 3. If you don't have this book, I know I say this every time I show it, grab this book. Here is Kimberly. The finished block size is 8.5 by 8.5 inches, and you can size this from a crib size to a king size and everything in between. I really enjoy making Kimberly. The second pattern comes from Strip Joints. This is a really fun pattern as well, and this will make a block using 2.5-inch strips, which I love. And you can see the dark center versus the light center that I tried to depict in my pillows. We also have strip joints in Stripology 2. This is a different version of strip joints using 1.5-inch strips, and I'm eager to try this as well. It's a fun block to make, and I'd love to do some of these minis and smaller blocks and see how these come out. Strip joints using 1.5-inch strips are going to make projects in 3 sizes, from the mini to a crib size. Of course, add more blocks and make that as big as you'd like. So that's our show for today. Thank you for tuning in to 1 Yard Wednesday. I hope you had fun. Thank you to Mr. GP for producing today. We're always happy to have him here. Grab yourself some of these fun fabrics, a Stripology book, your Stripology ruler, and make yourself something wonderful. I'm Colleen from GEDesigns. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.